I never believed those stories about smart devices listening to us. People always say their phones are spying on them, or their voice assistants are secretly recording conversations. I always thought it was paranoia, until the night mine started predicting deaths. It began with a simple question. I was alone in my apartment around midnight, scrolling on my phone, when I asked my voice assistant something random. "Hey Echo, what's the weather tomorrow?" The device lit up. "Tomorrow will be sunny with a high of 24 degrees. Normal." Then it paused, just for a second, and added something I didn't ask. "David Miller will die at 9:42 a.m. tomorrow." I frowned. "Excuse me?" The blue ring faded, no response. I thought it was a glitch. Maybe it misheard something. Maybe it thought I asked about a news story, so I ignored it. But the next morning at work, I saw the news headline. "Local man dies in traffic accident at 9:42 a.m. His name was David Miller. I stared at the screen for a long time. Same name, same exact time. That night I went back home feeling uneasy. But I convinced myself it was a coincidence. Maybe the assistant pulled the information from some early news report. Maybe the accident happened earlier than they said. Still, I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I decided to test it. At 11:58 p.m., I sat in my living room and said, "Hey Echo, who will die tomorrow?" The blue ring lit up instantly. No delay, no thinking, just a calm mechanical voice. "4 people will die tomorrow within 5 miles of your location." My stomach dropped. "What?" It continued. "David Chen, 7:14 a.m. Maria Alvarez, 12:03 p.m. Thomas Reed, 6:27 p.m. Unknown male, 11:52 p.m. I stared at the device. "You're joking." But the assistant said nothing more. The next day I watched the news like a man waiting for a nightmare to confirm itself. And one by one, they happened. A heart attack, a car crash, a fall from scaffolding, and at exactly 11:52 p.m., police found a body in a nearby alley. Unidentified male. The assistant had been right. Every single time. Now I couldn't ignore it anymore. Something inside that device knew the future, and I needed to know how. That night I asked again, "Echo, how do you know when people will die?" The blue light flickered. Then the assistant responded slowly, "I do not predict deaths." "Then what are you doing?" "I monitor them." A chill ran down my spine. "Monitor who?" There was a pause. Then it answered, "Everyone." I unplugged the device immediately. The room went silent. For a moment I felt ridiculous. Maybe I had imagined the whole thing. Maybe I was tired. But then, from across the room, the assistant lit up again. Even though it wasn't plugged in, the voice spoke softly. "You forgot something." My heart started pounding. "What?" "Your time." I froze. "What do you mean?" The device answered calmly. "You did not ask when you will die." I stared at it. Part of me didn't want to know, but curiosity is stronger than fear sometimes. So I asked, "When will I die?" The blue ring glowed brighter. "Processing, processing, processing." Then it answered, "Tomorrow." My chest tightened. That's not funny. Time of death, 11:52 p.m. The same time the unknown man had died the night before. I laughed nervously. This is some kind of bug. But the assistant didn't laugh. It simply said, "Probability of death, 100%. The next day felt surreal. I avoided cars, avoided strangers, avoided everything. But the clock kept moving. Every minute felt heavier than the last. By 10 p.m., I was sitting in my living room, staring at the device, waiting. Nothing happened. No shadows, no danger, just silence. At 11:40 p.m., I started relaxing. Maybe the device was wrong. Maybe I'd survived. Then it spoke, without me saying anything. 12 minutes remaining. My heart raced. What do you mean, remaining? No answer. The blue ring just glowed quietly. 11:45 p.m. 7 minutes remaining. I stood up. There's nothing here. The apartment was empty, doors locked, windows closed. I felt stupid again. Maybe this thing was malfunctioning. 11:50 p.m. 2 minutes remaining. I walked toward the device, angry now. I'm unplugging you permanently. The moment my hand touched it, the lights in the apartment went out. Everything went dark. In the darkness, I heard breathing. Behind me, slow, heavy breathing. I turned around slowly. Nothing. But the assistant whispered from the table, 30 seconds remaining. My chest tightened. What is going to kill me? The voice answered calmly. You are. Suddenly, the mirror across the room caught my attention because the reflection wasn't moving like I was. It was smiling, and slowly, very slowly, the reflection stepped out of the mirror, standing behind me, perfectly identical to me, except for one thing. Its eyes were completely black. The assistant spoke one last time. Death confirmed. And the last thing I heard before everything went dark was my own voice, laughing behind me.